I have an update on Tsebri town views. The town was captured by Tigray Defense Forces 48 hours ago. When TDF entered this town, I shared a video from this town which was being shared by some viewers in which residents of Tsebri were celebrating. Now we have an update on who is in control of Tsebri now. Before that, viewers, a few hours ago, I informed you about Amhara and Koram, that Tigray Defense Forces have largely withdrawn from these two towns. Now, viewers, we need to understand how Tigray Defense Forces have been operating since November 4 when this war started. Tigray Defense Forces learned their first lesson in Amhara. Amhara came under the control of Ethiopian National Defense Forces in the second week of November 2020. And TDF back then had tried to hold on to Amhara. But we saw heavy artillery bombardment on Amhara from Eritrean side and from Ethiopian National Defense Forces and Amhara forces as well. And hundreds of civilians were also killed in Amhara, viewers. UN bodies have confirmed that hundreds of civilians in Amhara were killed in artillery shelling. So back then, Tigray Defense Forces had to withdraw from Amhara. That was the first lesson for them. After that, they did not try urban warfare. They did not try to hold on to towns like Shire, Aksum, Adwa. What happened in Mekelle, viewers? Mekelle was under a siege. Did you see any heavy fighting in Mekelle when Mekelle was captured by Ethiopian National Defense Forces in the last week of November, I think? Tigray Defense Forces withdrew from Mekelle. So from the start of this war, they have adopted this strategy of withdrawal from towns, from populated areas. Why? Because they want to protect civilians. Civilian support, local support is the main power of Tigray Defense Forces. Locals are supporting them. And whenever they are faced with urban warfare, they like to retreat, they like to withdraw to save their civilians. That is why civilians have faith in them, civilians are joining them. So we have been seeing this pattern since the start of this war. And we could see the same pattern in Amhara, in Koram. It does not mean that Tigray Defense Forces have been destroyed, that they have just lost their strength. No, it's a strategy. They'll have to withdraw. They cannot keep on holding these areas. If they hold on to these areas, there'll be collateral damage. We saw that in Amhara. So we'll see withdrawal, we'll see advance, withdrawal, advance, it will keep on happening. Now, update from Tsebri views. Tsebri was captured 48 hours ago by Tigray Defense Forces, but several sources are confirming that Amhara regional forces, Amhara militias are in control of this town. Tigray Defense Forces have withdrawn from Tsebri. And along with Tsebri, Amhara has also been taken by Amhara forces. Amhara is situated to the north of Tsebri. So both Amhara and Tsebri have been retaken by Amhara regional forces, Amhara militia members. What about the bridge, viewers? The bridge which connects Adigoshu with other parts, the bridge to the north of Tsebri. According to the reports we have received so far, the bridge is being controlled by Tigray Defense Forces. When TDF entered Tsebri, they shared some pictures of the bridge. And we saw pictures of some soldiers, TDF soldiers standing on the bridge. The bridge is being controlled by Tigray Defense Forces. Now, both Amhara news sources and some TDF-backed news sources are confirming that Tigray Defense Forces have withdrawn from Tsebri, and Tsebri has been retaken by Amhara forces. Again, viewers, had Tigray Defense Forces tried to remain in control of Tsebri, there could have been collateral damage. There could have been civilian casualties. That Tigray Defense Forces will avoid. You will see this pattern, viewers. If TDF are in control of Shire, Axom, Adwa, Mekelle now, it's because Ethiopian National Defense Forces have not launched any offensive on these places, on these towns. The day ENDF launched an offensive on Mekelle, TDF might withdraw. It does not mean that they have been defeated. They'll withdraw to central Tigray, to mountainous areas. They'll keep their capabilities intact. They'll keep on hitting back. They'll keep on coming back. That is their military strategy. So we have been seeing that since the start of this war. It's the best way to protect, to keep your military strength intact. It's the best way. You should not engage your enemies in urban areas where you'll endanger the lives of civilians as well. Civilians have been the main power base for Tigray Defense Forces. They're not facing any shortage of manpower. Viewers, now we're seeing that, as I said in the previous video, that almost all regions have mobilized their forces against TDF. TDF will have to review its strategy. How can it hold on to urban areas without putting civilians at risk? This is the most important question. And is there any strategy through which Tigray Defense Forces can remain in control of urban areas without putting civilians' lives at risk? Because we will definitely see counter offensives and very strong and powerful counter offensives from Amhara forces, from regional forces of Oromia, Sidama, in southern Tigray, in western Tigray. It would be a test of TDF's military capabilities, their military skills, that how would they remain in control of these areas while they are facing a huge offensive. Airstrikes have not started so far, viewers. If airstrikes start, it will become further difficult for Tigray Defense Forces to be in control of these urban areas.